Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Ripple, buy the SEC uncertainty and sell the settlement news November update. Ripple's XRP still has a unique medium-term profit opportunity because of the SEC lawsuit. Like all crypto, the price has suffered because of FTX. I would say mostly because of SEC. But I digress. The Ripple Q3 report announced ODL launching Brazil, but has no new RippleNet volume numbers to monitor overall progress against SWIFT. And again, if you're driving or working, do not look at your screen. Look at it again later. I'm going to highlight something. Well, let me just start up here because this is more important. Ripple Q3 report announced ODL launching in Brazil, but has in highlight no new RippleNet volume numbers to monitor overall progress. And again, I would say once they do, I think people are going to be absolutely blown away at that number. Now we move on. Activity is ramped up in the SEC case against Ripple, but it appears no conclusion will be reached, at least until early 2023. You can go into the article if you want to read the full discussion. It will be available in the description below, as with every link to every article we discuss, with the asterisk exception if for some reason, which happens if the computer system crashes while we're doing a show and we lose like everything, so we have to kind of start over. But again, having said that, moving on, I think there's not a whole lot left, for investors, what we've heard since pre-2015. I'll go there because that's kind of where, I started taking it a little more serious, and most people kind of came in, took it a little bit more serious, and there was more information available instead of just blindly holding because a friend told you so. So again, I think nearly everything is done. One of the last major obstacles, I guess you could use as a word, but I've always felt like it was, not necessarily like a delay tactic, but I think it was something that needed to be delayed. And then whenever the time comes, because they've always said at any given moment, Ripple can just settle the case, for going on to moving, in quote, all the money. Then I think whatever the SEC settlement amount would be is so minute and irrelevant. Having said that, moving forward, they could still be wherever they need to be, hence the settlement. But again, as Brad has always said, he is extremely confident they will win this, and I am too. They will definitely win it as they need it to be won, whichever label they decide and determine is best for the future of Ripple and XRP. Again, as Nevin Gupta has said many times, once you move past the noise of retail, they can get into the enterprise institutional wholesale market and start moving into derivatives. And again, once you move into that market, then, someone could correct me, like an attorney or who's a little bit better at that, then I think in the derivatives market, XRP might be better as a security. So either way, I think it's a win-win no matter how this goes. However they determine they need it to be, that's how it will be. And again, Ripple CTO investor groups allegedly facilitated the growth of the FTX scam. As you get into this, David Schwartz basically gets into a discussion about the collapse of the FTX crypto exchange. And as you get into it, it's basically saying, I'll shorten that. Basically, once you have all this money, it's your responsibility to hold that, and how there wasn't a lot of, within FTX, there wasn't a lot of, I guess you could say, oversight. They weren't as efficient as Ripple, let's just put it that way. He explaining that the temptation for anyone holding people's funds, especially in that amount of money, to speculate with the funds, and for him the temptations could be resistible if the holding has been for a long time. Schwartz noted that once there are no appropriate checks for verifications, the controls will have lapses, and it's obvious that did. Also, too, Ripple price analysis The bullish wave surpasses 0.3734 hurdle after a recent upturn. And I know this site was a little bit lower than all of the other sites, and I have a few more we'll check again. But even on this current site, they have it listed as 0.376, so much higher than its resistance hurdle. Also, on the final article for today, the XDC network welcomes Crescite following launch of world's first faith-based token. XDC Network announced today that Crescite Limited, an affiliate of Crescite Innovation Corporation, is offering the world's first faith-based token on the XDC network. And guys, remember, this is not financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. And as always, before we go, I want to leave you with a final thought. Today I will do what others won't, so tomorrow I can do what others can't. Much love, and we will catch you in the next one.